Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. The third round of bilateral talks between Pakistan and Afghanistan in Istanbul was abruptly suspended after cross-border firing at the Chaman Boldak crossing. Diplomatic sources say Pakistan has presented video and ballistic evidence showing unprovoked aggression from the Afghan side. Islamabad also rejected Kabul's counterclaims and shared details with Turkish and Qatari mediators. The Information Ministry confirmed that Pakistani forces responded immediately and effectively in self-defense. Despite tensions, officials say the ceasefire along the Durand Line remains intact, and discussions are expected to resume once consultations with both capitals conclude. President Donald Trump is hosting leaders of 5 Central Asian nations at the White House today, as Washington seeks to counter the growing influence of China and Russia in the region. The talks, under the C5+1 platform, aim to boost cooperation on energy, security and critical minerals, with a focus on securing uranium and rare earth supplies. NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte has said that Russia will remain a destabilising force in Europe and the world for the foreseeable future. Speaking at the NATO Industry Forum in Bucharest, he warned that the danger won't end with the war in Ukraine and called for stronger technology and firepower to confront future threats. Meanwhile, Hollywood actor Angelina Jolie has visited Ukraine's frontline city of Kherson and nearby Mykolaiv, where she met doctors, volunteers and civilians living under daily Russian attacks. Jolie visited the areas with the Legacy of War Foundation and praised the residents' strength by saying that their resilience was humbling. The United States is preparing to establish a military presence at an airbase in Damascus to help enable a security pact that Washington is brokering between Syria and Israel. The US plans for the presence in the Syrian capital would be a sign of Syria's strategic realignment with the US following the fall last year of longtime leader Bashar al-Assad, an ally of Iran. The base sits at the gateway to parts of southern Syria that are expected to make up a demilitarized zone as part of a non-aggression pact between Israel and Syria. That deal is being mediated by US President Donald Trump's administration. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has urged countries to end their fossil fuel dependence and show real climate leadership at a summit in Brazil ahead of COP30 climate conference. He accused corporations of profiting from climate destruction and warned that without urgent action, nations will be led to ruin. China has booked 2 cargoes of US wheat following last week's meeting between the country's leaders, the first such purchases since October last year, signalling easing trade tensions between Washington and Beijing. Investors have welcomed the meeting between US President Donald Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping in South Korea, which helped ease concerns over the trade dispute between the world's 2 largest economies that had disrupted flows of goods, including key agricultural products. US President Donald Trump's administration has revoked around 80,000 non-immigrant visas since its inauguration on January 20th, for offences ranging from driving under the influence to assault and theft. The extent of the revocations reflects a broad immigration crackdown initiated when Trump came into office, deporting an unprecedented number of migrants, including some who held valid visas. The blistering rise of Zohran Mamdani to become mayor of New York City has offered encouragement to left-wing parties across Europe that an unabashedly radical agenda could help turn the tide against right-wing forces at home. Parties from London to Berlin cheered Mamdani. Parties like Germany's The Left Party and Britain's Greens hope to garner momentum from Mamdani's win, signalling they would not dilute their policies or be sucked into the right-wing battleground of migration. US Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says that he will order a 10% cut in flights at 40 major US airports, citing air traffic control safety concerns as a government shutdown hit a record 36th day. The drastic plan sent airlines scrambling to make significant reductions in flights in just 36 hours, and passengers flooded airline customer service hotlines with concerns about air travel in the coming days. Duffy said the cuts could be reversed if Democrats agreed to reopen the government. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has said that she filed a complaint against a man who groped her and tried to kiss her as she walked between meetings in the capital city, a day after a video of the incident went viral. Video of the incident quickly ricocheted across the internet before being taken down by some accounts, underscoring for many in Mexico the insecurity women face in a country steeped in machismo and gender-based violence. The death toll in the Philippines from Typhoon Kalmegi has risen to 114, with another 127 people still missing, as the storm that devastated the country's central regions regained strength as it headed towards Vietnam. In Vietnam's Gia Lai province, some 350,000 people are expected to have been evacuated, as authorities warned of heavy rains and damaging winds that could cause flooding in low-lying areas and disrupt agricultural activity. In the Philippines' hardest-hit province of Cebu, the scale of the destruction became clearer as floodwaters receded to reveal flattened homes, overturned vehicles, and streets choked with debris. And thousands of Sikh pilgrims have gathered in Nankana Sahib to celebrate the 556th birth anniversary of Baba Guru Nanak Dev Ji. More than 2,100 Indian Sikhs arrived via Wagah border for the 10-day pilgrimage, during which they would visit various historic gurdwaras. Many have expressed joy over Pakistan's warm welcome, despite recent tensions. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.